struck. 8 months in which the people of Whitechapel and beyond have tried to rebuild their lives, yet the brutal killings still cast their shadow. I well remember the morning they found the body of what everyone prayed would be the Ripper's last victim, Mary Jane Kelly. In a squalid room in Miller's Court it was. I was there when the rent collector first put his eye to the broken pane, but couldn't quite comprehend the scene at first. He'd been banging on the flimsy door for the past few seconds, fearing it might splinter under his fist. He'd even called the tenant's name. "Mary Kelly! Mary Jane!" He was used to her scams, the way she'd pretend she didn't know what day of the month it was, or how she'd sometimes just flutter those long lashes of hers and beg a favour. Her wiles were enough to make a grown man weak at the knees, or how she'd call him "Dear Tommy" in that sing-songy voice of hers, which reminded him of a skylark on a spring morning. But 6 weeks is a long time in any landlord's book, and Mr. McCarthy wasn't having any more of her shilly-shallying. So on this occasion, Thomas Bowyer was under instructions to return with the rent, or not at all. His knocking having met with silence, Bowyer went around the corner of the premises to where he knew the window pane was broken. Carefully, he reached through the jagged glass and drew back the curtain so that he could see inside. It was a sight that would come to haunt him for the rest of his days. He withdrew his hand so quickly from the broken pane that his skin was caught and torn by the glass as he staggered back. Yet he did not make a sound, save for a violent retch in the gutter nearby. Despite his dizziness and nausea, he managed to alert his boss to what he had just seen. To the 2 pieces of cut flesh on the table, and to the blood on the floor, and to the fact that the body of Mary Jane Kelly, the prettiest and sweetest of the street girls he knew, lay mutilated beyond all recognition. That was last November, on the 9th day of the month to be precise. Not that time means anything to me. It is but a ticking of a clock. I am no longer of this earth, you see. I am a revenant. I died, or more accurately was murdered, because I tried to expose a secret society of powerful men that preyed on my young pupils. I was handed over to a cruel bully, who I now know went by the name of the Butcher, and paid the ultimate price for my discovery when he cracked my skull against a wall. Now, however, I have returned to right the wrongs committed against me, and so many others who cannot defend themselves against the powers that control their lives. London's East End, where this shocking crime against Mary Kelly was perpetrated, is where I usually roam. Unseen by nearly all, I am to be found underfoot in the cobbles of Whitechapel, on the panes of grimy glass, in the fabric of people's clothes, on wood and on brick, even floating on the air you breathe. There are traces of me all around, of what was, what is, and what will come, but only the chosen few can sense them. Constance Piper is one of them, and I am able to live on through her.
Constance. This time the killing's even closer to home, just a couple of streets away from us. The wash house is where Ma, Flo and me go for a bath, now and again. Of course we have to go second class. A cold bath and a towel for your penny. Someday I'll treat myself to first class. That's 2 towels and warm water. Someday. Let's get the kettle on, I say, guiding Ma downstairs. I sit her in our one good horsehair armchair by the empty hearth, just as Flo steps over the threshold to find out what's what. "I won't be long," she calls back to Ma, trying to reassure her, only she's wheezing that much, I'm not sure she's heard. So we sit, and we wait. Already there's a dreadful brouhaha outside. People are coming round our way to get to Castle Alley. You would never catch me down that dingy rat hole. Never gets any sun, even when there's some to be had. In shadow all day it is. It's where some of the local costermongers pack up their barrows for the night. You get all sorts coming and going, and all